Do you love your friends? I mean, how do you know if you love them? What kind of actions do you show them? How do you talk to them? Is your speech in love? Jesus defines a friend as someone who is closer than a brother. When you fall, who helps you up? When you are hurting, who comforts you? When you're lost, who searches for you? And when you're rejoicing, who encourages you? A friend. So again, the question remains, do you love your friends? When they're hurting, do you comfort them? When they've fallen, do you lend your hand? When they rejoice, do you encourage them? And when they're lost, do you search for them? In the story of the Lord of the Rings, the main character Frodo has to destroy this ring in order to save all of Middle-earth. And the journey to this place where he has to destroy it, Mount Doom, is long and hard and difficult. And Frodo, he begins to frustrate himself, and he begins to stumble, and he begins to feel exhausted, and the weight of the world is on his shoulders, and he begins to crumble. Now all the while, Frodo has this friend named Sam, and Sam's there to lend his hand and to comfort him and to help him find himself when he feels lost. Towards the end of the story, when they finally reach Mount Doom, Frodo begins to sink under the weight of the burden, and he can't go any further. And Sam turns to him and he says, I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. And Sam grabs Frodo and he throws him over his shoulder, and he stumbles up the mountain. Over every step he's struggling and struggling, but he's seeing Frodo all the way to the end. So essentially, a friend is someone who will see us all the way to the end of the journey, whatever it takes. When the ring is finally destroyed, Frodo begins to rejoice from the lifting of his burden, and Sam is there to encourage and to celebrate in the success of his friend. You see, Sam was a great friend, and we all experience these types of friendships. We all have friends that will walk with us to the very end, and some that will even carry us when the burden is too much. But there are times when we are so broken and when we are so lost that even the closest friend can't pull you up. You see, Sam couldn't carry the burden for Frodo. He couldn't lift the burden from his shoulders. But there is one who can carry your burden. He came so that we might have life, and life to the fullest. He loved us deeper than any brother could ever love us. And when the time came that the burden was too much to carry and we might be destroyed under it, he took that burden upon himself, and he was spat on, and he was beaten, and he was kicked, and he was nailed to a cross, and he died upon that cross, all so that we might be freed from our burdens. He is the greatest friend we could ever have. He is our Savior, Jesus Christ.